Hi there, folks, and welcome to the Word Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour, issue number 283. So, we reported this a few weeks ago, but unleaded and diesel fuel for cars hitting another all-time high. But did you know that the petrol station only receives 9% of the cost of petrol, and the rest is split up into all these different percentages? So how much money does a petrol station receive from selling 1 litre of unleaded petrol? Well, that's just going to be 9% of the cost of 1 litre of petrol. In other words, it's going to be 9% of £1.61. So what we've got to do here to find 9% is we can find 1% first of all by dividing by 100, and then we can find 9% by timesing this 1% by 9. So that comes to 0.1449, but of course this is in pounds. So if we multiply by 100 to change it into pence, it's like 14.49 pence. And if you rounded that to the nearest penny, it would be 14 pence. Not a lot, so maybe think about buying a coffee next time you're at the petrol station as well. And maybe one of those magic 3 air fresheners. Anyway, how much does it cost to supply and deliver 1 litre of diesel? Okay, so what we've got to do first of all is we've got to add up all these percentages. So 9 add 40, add 17, add 27, add 6. So this comes to 99%. So everything else is for supply and delivery. So we take that away from 100%, which is the full amount, which means we're just left with 1% is the cost for supply and delivery. So diesel is £1.70 a litre, so we can just find 1% of this by dividing by 100 to get 0.017. So of course that's in pounds, so if we multiply by 100 we just get 1.7 pence. So that's definitely not been delivered by any of these courier companies, I have to say. But anyway, on to our sports story. And Ronaldo, is he the greatest footballer of all time? Well, he was aiming to become the greatest ever goal scorer against Tottenham Hotspur, where he scored 3 goals. So has he managed to beat this record and become the leading scorer in history? Well, we need to add up all the goals he scored first of all. So 136, 115, 5, 101 and 450. That comes to 807 goals. So yes, he did manage to beat the record because 807 is greater than 805. Okay, so sticking with sport, we had to tell you about this great sporting achievement from the weekend, but we also had to tell you about this incredible one. So Andy Murray's hit a career milestone in terms of wins. So he's played 920 matches, and the ratio of wins to losses is 35 to 11. So how many matches has Andy won in his career? Well, basically we're sharing the number of matches in the ratio of 35 to 11. So 35 shares of this 920 will be for wins, and 11 shares of this 920 will be for defeats. The point I'm making though is that if we add the shares together, 35 add 11, that comes to 46 shares. And that's what the 920 is going to be shared by. So we can find one share by dividing both sides by 46. So 46 divided by 46 is 1. 920 divided by 46 means that one share will be 20 matches. So he's won 35 shares of those matches, so 35 lots of one share, so 35 times 20 is 700. In other words, Andy has won 700 matches. So how many has he lost? Well, you can complete the process by working out 11 shares by multiplying 20 by 11 to get 220. But of course, 220 matches lost, but we could have just taken that away from the total number of matches as well. So 920 take away 700, that's another way we could have got 220. Anyway, I think he's now number 4 in the list for active tennis players in terms of wins. So Roger Federer has 551 more wins than Andy Murray. How many matches has Roger won? Well, we just add 551 onto 700 to get 1,251. So what an incredible achievement, Andy. Well done from all of us at Rigour Maths. Okay, so our final story, our science story. So a blue lobster's been caught, which is a 1 in 2 million catch. So what's this figure as a fraction? Well, it's just 1 over 2 million. Now, how would we change this figure to a percentage? Well, you can change to a decimal first of all by doing 1 divided by 2 million, which comes to 0.00000005. And we could change the decimal to a percentage by multiplying by 100. So that's going to come to 0.00005%. In other words, it's very rare to catch a blue lobster. Anyway, folks, that was our What Solutions for this week. We hope you enjoyed solving these problems. Stay tuned for next week's edition, when we're going to be looking at more stories from the news of the week and the numbers behind them. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and bye for now.